Oh, hello there, everybody. Ready to get underway with a little bit of ancient Movistar Riders. Going to be important that they put their best foot forward because, of course, in this series, Vertigo holds a little bit of an edge, shall we say. Looks like straightforward B play early on. Not really hiding their intentions. They're at least going to take control outside of main, and nope, they go in. Full commit, no hesitation, no second guessing. 3 players already here for the defense, and no one clears KEiiiii, so KEiiiii, he feasts.
Solid defense. I think they were very ready for that, weren't they? The way they were set up, and indeed the B rush on the pistol, relatively common. So I think they just sort of set up for it. And then you see they have the kit, they have the smoke. They were prepared for an A retake, right? It's pretty part and parcel from 9, and it all just works out as you mentioned. Nobody checking KEiiiii, so that's going to be a disaster. Big man Adam trying to take some heads here if he can, but I don't think there's really anything for him. And it is, once again, KEiiiii to finish it off, just to rub salt in the wound there. Very clean pistol. Fantastic start from 9.
You are going to love to see that if you're 9 early on. But what do we get for the Movistar? No bomb plant. It means it's likely a Glock round. Single flashbang picked up. How can they maximize this? What are we going to get? A mid-fight? Don't really know. Where do you go with a single flashbang on this map?
Probably mid would have been the logic, but that doesn't seem like that's where they're going to go. Maybe like a cave move. It would seem, based on the minimap, that they are hoping someone pushes in to try and take some control, and then they will flash in to just overwhelm that player. But I don't know that 9 are really going to get that greedy. I suppose we'll see now. They have spotted someone out towards bridge. And Alex is very, very ready with that flash in hand.
They're trying to bait them in further, right? Trying to show light presence. The problem is the range fight does not really give the flash a chance to work. Molotov on. Now they're engaging. Now they move. Pull the trigger. Through the molly. Try and get on towards the site. And it's a hail of bullets. Cut down like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. It's not happening here, but they'll go out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah, I mean, you're always happy to get that frag. Not really expecting too much out of that round. Does seem to be very much the norm as well. Worth mentioning that everyone's going for these second round eco, third round rifle buys. We sort of saw a lot of teams toying with it towards the end of Go. Seems to be the norm pretty quickly into CS2, just again because you have less rounds and that whole mini situation just feel like this maybe we'll get that maybe we hope, but for the time being this is the way that teams are opting to go for it. Great utility at the start of the round from 9, I have to say, getting that mid control within one player. Oh, I would have said is pretty much perfect, but Mopos goes very fast through their own smoke as well. Really just catching that player off towards middle.
This is a Mopos effect. He was playing well earlier today. Let's see if he can keep doing it. No one clears backside. Seen a couple of these oversights early on from Movistar. Gotta be a bit careful. Mopos gets one more before he's traded, so he's done his work in this round. But Minio up in the temple. No one eyes on. Again, no one eyes on is the big concern. Now the 3 player is holding it. Martinez is ready, so enough time to settle down. KEiiiii was going for a very long flank. Kind of feel like he was just trying to save, so maybe not on the same page with his teammate. And certainly not going to attempt it in this round now. Might be worth keeping them close, see if they can go down with a bomb. He's picked the right side if that's his intention. Oops. Going to be cut down. Economic pain could be on deck. I think Just might be a goner already. He is going to get the kill and just about survive the bomb.
It's a banger flash, but timing just wasn't quite there in the end. Really nice from Movistar Riders. Keep it simple. Find that first pick. Quick towards A, right? They recognize that they've taken down either the cube player or the one mid player. And I think A was their intention anyway. So it just all fell into place very nicely. But tough for the Poles. Very tough indeed to really do anything about that at the end of the day. I think it would have been nice to commit to the save a bit earlier. That's sort of the one thing I'd maybe take away from that round. Maybe give them some pressure into this one, but not going to be the case. So Movistar Riders, we talked about best foot forward. That's about the best way you can do it.
Certainly is. Certainly is. Spacing towards cave. Now it's a full stack out from 9, right? This is ideal scenario for them. Heavy B main presence, but again, that window fight just going to work out so well against pistols. Keeping them at arm's reach, never in doubt. And you keep your money growing.
Yeah, solid stuff. We've got to see what the response is going to be from 9 then. So far,
No
lacking the AWP, which is a little problematic, yeah. And KEiiiii, in fact, is very poor, so
Scout?
gun-wise, it's not going to be great. Wow.
All right.
Huh.
No Yudi. He'll risk it.
Yeah. It's not the worst on Ancient, right? Like, you don't need as much utility for a retake, say. A lot of it comes out early on in the round, so it's not the end of the world.
Look at this.
It's like A anchor as well.
These chain flashes into mid are killer. There's no one there to receive them, but if there was a CT who had pushed in to defend, you just never get to see. The first 20 seconds of the round, you don't see anything. That's brutal. Now they've got Adams pushed forward. That's going to be a key piece for Lei. You can tell KEiiiii has to focus in on it, but if he's distracted by the hit on towards B, it'll be the perfect time for the backstab.
Yeah, they're set up quite nicely, actually. Just a case of how they deal with these players on the extremities. KEiiiii, the Molotov, not quite going to reach him. Could be a pretty big deal. I don't know if Mopos is savvy to that. He's obviously not charging forwards here, so maybe he is. Gonna call for some support. No, he just goes straight in, though. Yeah, really not expecting KEiiiii to be there. Thought that the Molotov would have done the job. Potential for a double here. KEiiiii with a positional change. Got some support as well. The support falls pretty quickly. And that could have been beautiful. It ends up being quite ugly, in fact. Movistar Riders really should not have come away with the advantage there.
Yeah, it's a massive recovery, right? Keep your calm in a dire situation, a tough spot. This elbow push could be huge from KEiiiii, but it's all about timing, and he's missed it. So they're into donut already. They're going to be headed towards the site. That means they just really have to defend Minio. Good timing on the util from the captain, and the spam makes good. But KEiiiii, now they're holding for him, and that's the problem. The utility that he had eyes on, though, Minio continues to find kills without even seeing anybody. Talk about a master utility class. They haven't?
A little bit tight. I don't even think they would have got it on time. Well, maybe. He does make it into the bomb site, but obviously with a player ready to go. Oh, God. Not going to survive either after the time there. So, yeah, I don't know. You are a bit desperate, I guess, in that situation.
I didn't watch to see if he got clocked. I don't think he did. I think he got killed right before that timer ran out. So, I mean, the thing is, right, even though you lose that round, the economic damage here is going to make it very difficult for 9. They're only one player surviving. Cash is going to be light. KEiiiii's is on an XM. You've got 2 MP9s out. It is CS2. XM seems to be the gun of the game.
Yes. Yes.
But still not exactly a fun round for KEiiiii's.
No, and he has been left worse for wear in terms of the buy the past few rounds, which I think is really not what you want. He is a pivotal part of this team. Far and away the best player. So, really not the best look. Yeah, I don't know, man. Smoke goes down at a good time, I suppose, to keep him at bay for now. Call on some support, but yeah, he has to go huge from here.
They pop the smoke, and he pops there. Heads damage done. KEiiiii's chewing him up, but KEiiiii can't hold on for longer. So an even exchange there is A-OK as far as the Movistar Riders are concerned. KEiiiii trying to make some noise, but Molly will prevent them from doing anything further. That bomb's going down. And Mopa is committing in the smoke. That's ambitious. Ambitious to do it before the bomb is planted as well. Now they're in a tough spot to actually get these numbers punched in. And Goofy gets the punish. On the Martinez. Spots the first. That's a ripper of a shot. For one more, knows exactly where he's coming from. And against the SMG, there's just no doubt. And Martinez, he is so sure of his aim.
That was nice. That was clean. That's the maybe the Peaky's advantage coming into play a little, but especially on that first kill. But really big 1v2. It felt like a round that had swung back in favor with that Goofy frag in particular, but they just weren't together, you know. And the Temple player unfortunately gets a bit giddy. I think he had to rely on the fact that they didn't know where he was, but just revealed himself and obviously lost his head for that. It's unlucky. It is somewhat unlucky. That's how it goes, right? That's how it goes when you're in the crunch. You sometimes get it wrong and have that confidence in yourself that sometimes is a bit misplaced. So, unfortunate, but a really big 1v2.
There'll be some opportunities in this for the Deegs. He in particular is a guy who's dangerous with the hand cannon. But for the moment, Movistar Riders just taking their time with it, as we would expect from them.
Quieter one than I think we were expecting, looking at where the buys are at. Martinez will break that silence, and Mopos has got a free push in round the side, so it looks like the B-bomb site should be easily taken here. KEiiiii remains, and the Deagles are always capable of something. Meanwhile, in towards middle, they have an idea that there's a guy around here. Oh, CZ at that range is not ideal, but KEiiiii pulls it off. What is on the defense? Not an awful lot, unfortunately, so just 2 remaining. I think they perhaps will hold on to what they have, particularly KEiiii's. With that armor, Inio might try for some $600 kill bonus.
Yeah, a little bit extra cash here would go a long way to giving them something to work with in the next.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see if he does.
Money-wise, it's a bit weird, isn't it? I think we might have had a couple of players overspend, so I don't know what the plan is in this follow-up round, to be honest. Loss bonus has been a bit back and forth. Don't fully have access to the scoreboard, so I'm not entirely sure. It's, I think, about 1900, so it's not really...
Yeah, I think this is second or third stage.
Yeah, so a bit strange, to be honest, with the economic decisions, but...
I think some players were probably double eco, so they just went a little light in their half buy. But you're running out of rounds a little bit here. Reminder, if you're just now learning about Counter-Strike 2, we are MR12 now. MR12. So we are most of the way through the half at this point. Over the halfway mark. Not too many more rounds to go. 5 of them, to be specific. If you're one of those math-minded people. And so not a lot of teeth in this round for 9. Very conservative on the buy. You could tell they want the op up, and even with KEiiii's save, he might be going for the double up next round. Pop the smoke. Pop the head.
Oh,
and why not? A little more for the captain of the squad. And so all the danger in this round is being taken right out of it.
they actually handled that really well. Look at where all your X's are, right? There were 4 players in and around the B-bomb site. So very well handled to only lose the 1, I would say. Maybe expecting a bit more out from 9 with the position that they had, particularly with Alex's antics, I guess we can call them. But yeah, Movistar Riders looking pretty good, aren't they? Once the guns have come into play, they're in full control. Oh, gonna be a weird little fight here in through the smoke. Alex so blind. I think he just made a step for Goofy to spin around there. And now Mopos doesn't really know where to look either. You know, is he going forward?
But look at this.
Backwards. This
He's through.
is so strange.
They're not going to know. He's going to be through. He's going to clear the site. He should have KEiiiii did the rights. KEiiii's now, getting wise to it. KEiiiii, great awareness. Where's the second player? Where's Mopos? Why haven't we seen him yet? That is the spidey sense of KEiiiii saving them. Because if he doesn't, suddenly the 2 B main players are sandwiched, right? As this push comes back through the doors. This could have been so bad for 9, but KEiiiii has just saved them. And now what do you do if you're Movistar? You've got nothing to show for it. You're going into a 3v5 against basically a resurrected default. You need a quick kill. Goofy might give it to Adams. He knows the player's jiggling here and got much closer than Goofy expected he'd be able to. Should have a pretty good idea. There's a player here in cave, but just can't finish the kill. First one's found. Need to deal with the cave presence. All these late numbers will be punched in, and Adams is having himself a round. Is it enough to get them over the line? Or can KEiiiii bail them out once more?
This is so touchy. There's no way. There's no way. 9 were in such a good position here, and it has just slipped through their fingers like sand, man. Minio in between the two of them. I suppose that is something you might be able to get a block here on one of the players, but no, Shadow comes around the corner. Martinez will hold it. That is crazy. That is so crazy. 3v5 pulled off by Movistar Riders, only losing one player in said 3v5. Mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. The 9 defense is crumbling before our very eyes.
It is. Martinez is looking incredibly sharp as an individual as well. I mean, the shooting is just impeccable, and he hasn't even picked up the op, right? Not going to pick it up T-side, it seems. Can't say I blame him, especially in this iteration of the game. A lot of teams weren't even offing T-side in Go, much less 2. Adams as well showing up. Nice early exchange. Has a little bit more invested in this round. Not loving all these half buys for 9, frankly. But they're starting to feel a little desperate, it seems.
Yes. There are less rounds, as we will continue to reiterate for a while, but still only picking up 3 of them does not feel good.
No.
So I think it's a weird mental position to be in where it's like, well, you know, the gap's a bit smaller, right, guys? But the fact that you've only, well, yeah, 1 rifle round, right? Like two of these coming off the back of the pistols. So it really is not good from 9 when you get it under the microscope, so to speak.
It's interesting as well, right? If you're looking at the way most maps have shifted into favor the attack, that's just straight spam. Well done from Goofy. Does it allow for something here? Still shouldn't be anything brewing here. There's enough utility to keep them at bay. Much less the gun advantage.
We'll see. 3 of them coming in together. If they trade well, there is a world that this could be done. Nice little flasher. Just throw them off, but just cannot capitalize. Now it comes down to playing this bomb, of course, right? Already halfway ticked. No picks available. Low strikes from the side. Martinez keeps his cool, continues to find frags, and they deal with the situation cleanly. We would say damage good, but it's the end of the half. It doesn't matter. They need the rounds themselves, and that continues to be harder and harder, it would appear.
Yes, plenty of cash. So what I was trying to say is most maps in CS2 have shifted to be attacking sided, right? Because you just Peeker's advantage right now, especially in online play, is absurd. So if you're the player initiating the contact, you tend to have a good edge. I think Ancient might be the only one where I'd make the argument to the contrary. I think the shifting up of the spawn back forward allows for that deep mid control again, and makes it very tough to really, you know, pick your battles as the Ts. In the first 30 seconds of the round, it's all about the CTs initiating contact.
Yeah, for sure. And I do feel, we touched on this a little bit in the pregame, 9 maybe struggling to move over into that. They like to play far back, you know, let the action come to them. And something actually as well that really exacerbates that problem is the fact that KEiiiii has been without an orb until this round. He's finally got one. They take their time out. They know now they have almost no excuses to not win a round. So they really have to make this work and bring it as close as they can.
And interesting that they've shifted up his position as well. He's mostly been playing A anchor with the guns, right? But now that with the big green, he's back at the site. There's been a lot of pressure B ramp early, so they want the op in maximum position to have impact. And actually, Movistar pumped the brakes in this one, knowing that if they win this, the map feels just about done. It's a critical piece here. KEiiiii under pressure. Mid going to be lost now. The delayed mid take is good. Smoking towards red. KEiiiii stuck in donut, calling for flashes to try and get something back doing. They're coming his way. It's inevitable.
This is so scary for KEiiiii, man. Even just getting one doesn't feel like enough from this position this late on. And he's going to go down instantly, bro. It doesn't even get a bullet off. Really not a great look. And yeah, you can see Movistar Riders again because of how late it is, they're able to play the mind games, pulling back a little bit. The trade is there. Hades also spots nobody else out in towards Donut.
That's massive.
Martinez, he's so advanced though, isn't he, right? KEiiiii doesn't expect him at all. KEiiii's going to try for the trade, but also goes down. What is this guy on right now? 13-3. I hadn't even noticed it was that high. But the past 3-4 rounds from him, the impact this man has had has just been absolutely worth its weight in gold. And they are forced to save. Oh, it's beautiful Counter-Strike right now from the Movistar Riders.
It really is. You get that kill donut, you know that brings pressure on towards A. The ops shifted over. You read based on that the lean's on towards A, even though you lose the body. Martinez takes the space. It's just a push and pull. It's a brutal push and pull to be on the other side of. And this is the problem with Nine playing back, right? With Nine hesitating. They don't have map control. Which means that Movistar can shift them around at their will. There's no answers right now for the Polish team. They tried to take a timeout. They had some ideas there for how they wanted to play. It seemed to hinge largely on the B setup, right? The A players were designed to delay. The mid control was designed to delay. Couldn't do that. So what do you do here? Minimal buy, limited weaponry, SMGs presumably out, maybe FAMI. Gotta do something aggressive. There's just no other options afforded to you.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. And they've already used the 2 of the 3 timeouts here as well. The first one didn't really have any impact. Maybe comes a bit too late. This one is also very late. They are scrambling. They really are scrambling. So it's kind of wild to see. We expected a bit of a closer competition from this map. See whether that happens on the flip side. But so far, Nine have been flat. And that is putting it nicely. That is putting it in terms of broadcast terms. So we will see here whether they're able to pick up this 4th or whether Movistar Riders, like you mentioned, start to hammer in this map going their way. Quieter than we thought, I think, to be honest. Maybe wanted a bit more out from Nine in terms of the aggression, but they have really not picked up very much. They tried a little bit there with KEiiiii, but again, it's just lacking in the energy, and Opos is able to capitalize on that. You know, ground not being taken. He's like, I'll walk right in here. I'm confident enough to do that.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of success with the slow peaks. Goofy, okay, all right. The trap is set, and somehow from the ramp, he's getting it done. He's taking out the real boss of the server right now in Martinez, and we've got a flank developing in KEiiiii. They're aware on Movistar. Okay, we've killed 2 on B. We have to have forced a response in a rotation. Take mid. Look at Adams. This is going to be so brutal for Minio. He has to be aware of it, but he's dropped down, and now they have no ability to even rotate towards A. This is destruction once again. Movistar Riders just manipulating Nine. Okay, you stopped us on B. We know you have SMGs, though. You're going to have full rotated. Everyone's going to be off site. We're calling your bluff.
Yeah, super tough. Minio just kind of gets gun diff, doesn't he, really? He actually dishes a fair amount of damage, but what can you do with that MP9? And, like, they are going to go for this, but it does just feel they have so much ground to pick back up. We'll see. Just hidden away, trying to get some good timing here. Brings it down to a 1v1. Not the healthiest 1v1 in the world. Mopos does have time on his side. There's a hold coming round. He goes in for the jump peek, gets KEiiiii off the bomb. He's just going to play the mind games. Is there enough time? I don't quite think so. It's going to be close. Maybe. Oh, my
No, he got
goodness. Oh, damn. That is huge. That is a huge round that might just give Nine the energy that they need. Moving forwards, we are, of course, going to take a break here, folks. Don't go anywhere. Maybe this will be the turning of the tide for the Polish side. Find out in a few.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Well, they didn't quite find 9 rounds, but a 4th at least on the board thanks to the heroics of KEiiiii at the tail end of the half. Is that enough to inject the energy back into Ancient? We're going to find out. They're picking the right side early on. B stack from Movistar. Retake A setup. And only one man to contend with. Just's crosshair. All that they'll need to cross to secure a bomb plant in this pistol.
It's kind of smart. I like it in the fact that, you know, we talked all about the commonality of B rushes. This is certainly, a bit different, but just at range is hella crisp. That might just be enough, to be honest with you. 3 remaining. Bomb has yet to really go down. And they are putting a pause on getting that plant as well. In fact, with the bomb carrier being in Temple, could get dangerous if he goes down. Everybody isolated on the 9 side, though. Wow. Flawless pistol, 4K from Just, and Movistar Riders, they are now in that prime position, baby.
Look, man, you can set one guy with the whole site to defend if he's going to do it like that. 0 hesitation. Beautifully done. And, yeah, starting to think about Vertigo if you're 9. I mean, good luck. No bomb plant, no force buy. Another one of these Glock grounds with few solutions. Not really a map that lends itself to it. They'll try the straightforward A play. Hope that Movistar play light here, but the Donut player's about to hear this. Oh, yes, he does. Just knows what's coming. And look at the rotation. Look at the swarm coming in from Movistar Riders. They're everybody here. A little awkward. They're making a bit of a hash of this. More expensive than it needed to be. Full commit in. Trying to get these ecos. What's happening here? He's ringing the Glock. A certain dominance. So that is far more expensive than it needed to be. Alex, can you find a gun? Yes, you can.
Goodness me. That was not very pretty at all. God. And you expect, like, the MP9s to chew through unarmored opponents. Sometimes, like, the M4 doesn't quite have a high enough fire rate to deal with, like, 2 or 3 guys at once. So you can let them off, I guess. But, yeah. SMGs should be easily getting through them there. Okay. Saved from embarrassment. Everybody on a rifle in this round. So no harm, no foul. They are somewhat lacking in the utility. Particularly Adams, who has no utility, in fact. I think he splurged most of it in the start of the round, but still. He's not fully spent into this round, I don't think. So they are really looking to get the rifles working, and they might get those rifles working quite quickly here. Martinez round the corner. Oh, trying to line him up. He does a lot of damage, though, doesn't he? Surely has set up for somebody else to have a multi-frag moment. Bombs hit the deck in front of the CTs as well. And the remaining 2 players are out on B. What is this?
Yeah, I don't really understand what Hades and KEiiiii were supposed to be doing here, right? Like, are they trying to distract focus from the rest? Are they trying to... That's just ugly. We won't talk about that, Hades. It's okay. You're an opper. You get to get away with one of those every once in a while. That was atrocious. But genuinely, like, okay, the idea behind clearly the A pressure early on, that makes sense to me. You know that Movistar play A light. You know that they play, like, max 1 actually committed to the site. You're trying to take that space. You're frankly fairly successful on the exchange, at least until the initial. What are the B players doing? They're not holding rotations. They're not taking space. They're not doing anything with it. They're just holding for a push, I guess. They don't have the bomb with them. It's not like they can bait off of the A rotation. Something was wrong there, and I don't know what it was. Just as a heads up to our watching audience, for some reason, the latest patch has broken Molotovs on our mini-map. Don't worry. They're not off-screen, off-map, here, there, and the other. They are where they're supposed to be. Just not so much on the mini-map. Mini-yo. Will pause give you a little fright there?
Yeah, is he allowed to be up there? Or... Can you get on top of that light now? Is that...
I think so. I mean, clearly you can.
Well, yeah.
He wasn't boosted up there.
I don't know if he's, you know what I mean? If it's a little buggy spot.
Like nah, if it's an actual object, it's not a pixel boost, right?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Pressure on. They've gotten into Donut. It's not jam-filled, but it is 9-filled. Alex, right on the angle. He's got 2. Huge play from Alex the third as well. Give him the hat trick. And the bomb in his grasp. Adams can't quite live up to his captain's example, but 40 seconds on the round. They have to fully commit to just trying to get this man out, and Alex is not allowing them an inch. KEiiiii will quickly follow. What a play, what a round. Backed into a corner, terrible spot. And he makes a dream of it.
Pretty much all the Movistar Riders players have had a moment, you know? We saw just at the start of this half, we've just seen Alex there. Martinez, of course, was the man of the hour towards the end of that T side. Mopos and Adam feel ever consistent. And then, yeah, just some really nice moves, I think, 9. Although they have struggled and they've not had the best games, I think we're also seeing that peak of Movistar Riders that we talked about that we know they are capable of. It just seems to be missing sometimes. KEiiiii with a, again, wild, kind of desperate play. Movistar are playing well, but 9 there, not necessarily helping themselves, let's say. Mopos is a little trapped. It's the boys to come and bail him out. Oh, kissing in the smoke. Oh, goodness. Video knows what's up. He knows that there shouldn't be an object there and does manage to find him. 4 versus 3, though, still in favor of Movistar.
They hemmed in as well. I mean, the bomb theoretically has the bailout option, but it's just holding the flank. They still want to commit this in towards B. Can't really fault them either. Mopos is a bit of a tough fight here. Just trying to jiggle and drop the smoke, avoid dying. If he goes down, life is very difficult for Martinez. But he stays alive, very importantly. And so they'll stall out a little bit further. Martinez trying to catch the bomb in transition there. He gets the information and he's away.
Yeah, I think they know they don't have to go in too deep. There's only 35 seconds. Again, not a lot of control for 9. Really don't have to mess up this opportunity that you have now, of course, to close the game out in a really hardy kind of fashion. Oh, say that. Looking to get cheeky. Minio knows what's up with the pre-fight. Didn't even hear him step, right? Just goes in for the frag, and it's all too easy. Looking good, though, on the retake. However, when the next two 50-50s come in, just with KEiiii's alone, can't get it done. And Movistar Riders with a nigh-on flawless game. One of the cleanest maps of CS2 I think I have casted thus far.
Really? Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, just it's everything that you want. We were talking about how these two teams are not two teams that necessarily have adapted to the CS2 style of relying on the guns. It's been more about the team play. That was team play, right? Movistar manipulated 9, outmaneuvered 9, out-rotated 9, always seemed to have the advantage. Even when they were down in numbers, they managed to control it, corral it, bring it back in. That was a master.